In this video, I'm going to show you the steps I take for removing my Mercruiser 3-liter engine out of my 1998 Bayliner boat. Before we jump into all the steps, I did want to quickly share with you what hoist I'm using to remove my engine. I'm using a 2-ton red engine hoist, and you can find one just like this at Tractor Supply or online at Amazon, which is where I got mine. I'll leave a link down in the description below. Now with that said, here's the steps I took for removing my engine. Step 1 is removing your outdrive. And if you need help with this, I've got a 2-minute video showing you how, and here is a link to that video. Now step 2 is to unhook the wires and hoses. And the very first thing you're going to want to disconnect is the battery. And after that, you can unhook the wiring harness. Then there is 2 black wires with bullet connectors that go to the trim cinders. And also the main battery positive cable going to the starter. Then there's also a cluster of grounding wires that are on a stud bolt. There should also be the main negative cable from the battery on the other side of the engine. After that, you can go ahead and remove the fuel line going to the gas tank. Next, I removed the shifting cables that are held on to a mounting plate with 3 bolts. And when removing that, there's also 2 bullet connector wires you'll have to remove with it. And behind those shifting cables, we have the throttle cable that connects to the carburetor. This is held on at 2 points with bolts and nuts. After that, we have the drive oil reservoir, and this is just held on with the strap you can take off, and then there's 2 wires connecting to it. And behind the engine, you can disconnect the water hose from the transom assembly. And the last piece to remove is the exhaust pipe, and in my situation I ended up having to remove the whole exhaust riser piece from the engine. Now for the third step, to hoist the engine. And I go ahead and pull my boat about halfway out of the garage to make sure I leave myself enough space to maneuver the hoist behind the boat. I also raise up the front of the boat pretty high. This actually lowers the back of the boat so that the hoist is tall enough. And now I go ahead and get my hoist into position and just go ahead and hook up the chain to the 2 mounting points on the engine. And after the chain's hooked up, then I go ahead and remove the bolts from the engine mounts. And there's 2 of these in the front, and then there's another 2 in the back to the transom assembly. And now you can just finish hoisting the engine all the way out of the boat, and that is it. It's really not that difficult. If you enjoyed this video, you can help tell YouTube to recommend it to others by smashing the like button. And if you want to stay up to date with all my future videos, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. But thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time.